One afternoon, Henry's cat sat down in his rocking chair to watch an amateur talent show on the television. The first performer was a little girl who imitated foghorns. Then a lady made shadow silhouettes with her hands whilst playing the piano with her feet. Oh, that's clever, thought Henry's cat. Then a dog came on and did some film star impersonations.
I thought I saw a putty cat a-creeping up on... here.
He was followed by the compere, who announced that anyone could enter the contest and that there were big prizes to be won. It seemed to Henry's cat that being an amateur entertainer did not require a great deal of talent. In fact, even a small cat stood a chance of winning a big prize. The more he thought about it, the more the idea appealed to him, except that he was not quite sure what it was that he could do. He imagined himself as a singer. But that was not really his forte, nor was dancing. Or juggling. He even thought about being the hind legs of a pantomime horse. But none of these things were really him. He thought he'd ask Mosey Mouse and Chris Rabbit if they had any ideas.
Well,
said Chris,
I can play the drums, and you can play the banjo, and Mosey can play the whistle. Why don't we form a one-man band?
One-man band, said Mosey. We're not men, and there's three of us. That's a silly suggestion. But Henry's cat thought about it for a moment and said, why don't we just dress up as a one-man band? And he went off and got a big coat, hat and a large beard from out of his grandfather's trunk. And they tried them on. Well, the coat did fit, in an odd sort of way. After a little practice, they were perfect. Or at least better. The next week they arrived all ready for the contest and found out that they had to go on after a contortionist who had got rather tangled up. Then the compere announced them.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Henry's Cats one-man band.
They played very well. And when the cheers died down, the compere came on and announced that Henry's Cats one-man band was the winner. But when Chris Rabbit tried to take the prize money, he discovered that his arms were too short and they all fell over. Well, with all this on live television, you can just imagine what happened. They were all thrown into the street, instruments and everything. They sat there on the pavement for a while, not saying anything. They just thought how close they had been to making some money and then losing it. But at that moment, a passing stranger threw a coin into their hat. He had thought that they were street musicians, and that gave Henry's cat an idea.
Why don't we just play here and earn some money?
He said, and they started playing right away. Well, they made so much money, they just had to go off to a big restaurant to celebrate. Just to think, said Mosey Mouse, from television to the gutter in one day. Henry's cat pondered on that for a moment between cream buns and then said,
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try failing.